Hello, welcome back to the channel, episode 23. Yeah, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Mark Richardson. I've got my little French bulldog with me, Jensen. He's currently in the car at the moment. I drive this Develon 210 with an R6 rotor tilt on for Simon Richardson Contracting in southern Scotland. And it's all forestry related work. We put in roads, like this is a road formation that we've dug out. And it's all stuff like that. Bit of forestry work, bit of agricultural work, bit of landscaping, bit of all sorts. If you watched my last video, you'll literally see a bit of all sorts, bit of everything. But today, we are getting moved. If you did watch the last video, we dug this road formation out, and then we've hit issues down the bottom with BT locating cables and stuff like that. So until they get that sorted out, we're getting pulled out and we're getting moved onto another job. So it's just getting warmed up at the moment. The low loader's coming. Now we are going to have to load onto the live road. The temporary traffic lights what were up, they're gone. So it's currently 6:10. It's alright, we're on a big straight, so we should be alright, and I've got my orange jacket, so we'll be seen, be safe and all of that carry on. So yeah, so that's this morning's activity, is get this loaded up. So she's just doing a warm up at the moment. I'll get the other bucket and my diesel tank collected up and we'll get on the move. Here he is, he's already been along, and we've just put my tank and bucket on. Aye, so we'll put the tank and bucket on when he drove down, it's been spun around, and now we'll throw the digger on. There we go, all loaded up. Did you catch the moment where I bumped my head off the bucket? too engrossed in sweeping the trailer off. Bumped my head. Really, didn't I? Right. Well, we've arrived to the new site and we've done quite a lot of work in here over the years, but as you can see, it's not the best of roads. I'm carrying my tank and my bucket. There's the road. We can't get the low loader up here, so he's had to drop me off at the road end and then I have to track up. Could do with a few branches cut off on the side of the road, so we're catching a few, but we're getting there. Keep trundling up this hill to the next road job. Right, so this is the start of the bit that we're upgrading through here. So it's not that bad, it just kind of once scraped off up through these trees, it opens up into a bit of a clear fell further on, which is where it gets quite rough. But this bit through here just kind of wants scraped off and then relaid with stone. But I am going to leapfrog this bit. We'll just zoom in a bit because there's loads of branches up there. I'll end up ripping a pipe off or something. So there's somebody coming to drop another line of branches off because there's some quite big ones. So we're going to leapfrog this bit and go to the other side. But this bit here, this is another bit that we upgraded. I think we did this bit last year. I think it was 18 months ago maybe. So comes up that track, and then this here was the turnaround area for when they felled a load of trees down in this bottom side. But now they're felling the stuff up on the left, except this little new crop here. So yeah, so that's one we did a couple 18 months ago, something like that. Right, we'll get trundled up here and leapfrog these trees, and then we'll start doing a bit of de-vegging. But before we do that, here's the main man. Here is Jensen. Say hello, son. Yeah. It's nice and cool in here. It's still a bit warm outside, but it's nice and cool in here with the aircon on. Yeah. A good boy. Right, let's get to it. It's that tight down here for branches. I've had to stop de-vegging for now, and I'm going along, tucking all of these branches in because they keep getting wrapped up in the top ram on top of the arm. So I've got my bucket tilted over like that, and I'm just tucking the branches in behind the other trees. Help me. Right, so I've got something a little bit special to show now. So, I don't know how to really start off with it. I'll just show you. Look at that. Model of the 210 and rotor tilt. Got the logos on it, front and back. On the side as well. It's even got my name on the door. Look at that. The rotor tilt even tilts and turns. Look at that. How good is that? Really impressed with how good that looks. So, just want to say thanks to Gaz Evans at GEM Attachments. So that's who's made that. I'll put his details in the description below, but I'll put a little logo up on the screen as well. Yeah, so that's really impressed. Really impressed with that, how good that looks. There we go, look at them together, eh? Apart from I come all the way out, you can't even see it. Look at that. Well chuffed with that. Saturday morning, we're back on the bulldozer. So we're back on the same site again. Seems to be turning into a regular thing, driving this thing on a Saturday. This video, so you've just seen me on the 210 sat to dig out that road. Only done one day on my digger this week, and today's Saturday. It's because I've been on the little 7-tonner again, like I was in the previous video. Just basically working in front of a few houses, tidying up. Still on the same site where it was on that road that we patched up with the scaffolding boards and all of that. So I've just been doing a bit of landscaping, fixing the road up and landscaping, but it's been right in front of a couple of houses, so I haven't done any recording. Just would have been right outside anybody's houses. But so today we're just going to carry on pushing. That's all you do with a dozer. Got a bit of spoil out there to still level off, and then in the week that I haven't been here, they've had a load of topsoil tipped on there, and I think that's, I'm guessing that'll be all to level out as well. So we'll get to it. Well, that's parked up again. So, but what I have done, finished off leveling all of that, leveled off the topsoil. They've got more topsoil coming in at some point, but that's everything on there for what I can do at the moment. This is just hull mucky if you wonder what these heaps are. Yeah, so still is some more work to do on this spot, but it's just in between jobs. I keep coming in here and doing bits. But right, it's a hot day. It's very hot at the moment, and we're going to get away home. Job done for the day. What do you say, son? Hey, get in. Right, let's go. Monday morning, and we're back on the 210. And after you'll have seen that I broke my camera mount, I bought another one, a different one. So I've got one similar to this, because there's often people ask me what camera mounts or phone holders I've got, so I'll tell you. We'll start off with the phone holder. That's just a £10 special one from Halfords, and that's the last one. I only got a new one because these little broke after about 10 years. So for a tenner for 10 years, I think it's done well. So I bought that one in the back end of last year, October time, somewhere like that. So it's not bad for a tenner. It just sticks to the window, simple as it gets. Put your phone on, it clamps it shut, open it back up again, easy peasy. And then my old one was the camera mount for the GoPro with the flexi thing on, but I broke it. So I bought this over the weekend, just off Amazon. It's called a small rig. So it's all metal, just clamps on there to whatever you want, and then if you turn that, slacks and all that off, it bends, twists, whichever way you want to get it angle. So if I put it on, say, a hydraulic pipe, can't do it one-handed, you can bend it whichever way you want. Now then, I do have another one which I've used for the phone, which is small rig again, but it's slightly bigger. I think this is just the older style model. I think that's the new style, I think. So it's a small rig again, same again, just clamps on. I've used this for recording when I've had the phone, clamp it to the handle or to the door, something like that. And then it's just a cheap plastic phone holder thing that goes on there. So that's it really. Aye. New t-shirt from Dig Bits, thank you very much. I know you watch. Aye. So this is actually the second t-shirt they've sent us. There's another one which I'm sure you've seen on previous videos with a vintage excavator on. Aye. Grand. Anyways, yeah, so back on the 210 this morning, we're just going to carry on de-vegging this road, scraping it all off. So, like, we leapfrogged through them trees because hopefully they're going to come and cut some branches off. So, just lift the bucket up as we spin round. So yeah, so that's what we'll carry on de-vegging down there. Right, let's bash on. So there we are, that's the road all stripped off. Just need to dig out the turnaround area now, which is going in halfway between where I'm sat at now and he's at. So I'll just have bait while he cuts some trees down to get out the way, just so I don't want to be getting too close to him in case I get hit by a tree. But what's he got on him? Risk zone, 90 metres on him, so I'm not allowed to be within 90 metres of him. But I don't know a lot about these machines. We'll zoom in a little bit. So it's a Ponzi harvester, so that will go along, cut the trees down just like that, knock all the limbs and branches off, which then if it is soft ground he'll use that to sit on. It's not bad in here actually, but they'll still sit on them. And then cut all of the logs down into different lengths. So towards the bottom of the tree, it'll be where it's thickest, it'll be the biggest logs, and then as the tree gets thinner towards the top, they'll get into shorter lengths, and then the forwarder will come along, pick them all up, and put them into the different heaps alongside of the road. And then once we've got this road all stoned up, the timber wagons will come in and pick them up and take them where they need to go. Right. I've never, despite being in forestry now for nearly 10 years, well, no, it is 10 years now, is it? I think it is 10. I've never even been in one of them. I've sat in one at a show, but never been in one to have a little play like. Right. There we go, grab that of another tree. Right, knock branches off before it's even hit the ground. Well, that's the turnaround dugout. When I could do with going back 5-6 metres or something like that. So when he's cut these trees down, I'll just shove it back. But when I'm stoning it up, I'll have time to do that. Because by the time they've the leading stone in here, in between loads, I'll be able to rip out a couple of stumps and just dig that bit out. So not worried about that for now. So that's it really. That's it all done. There's a little bit of spoil off on the left hand side there. We still want landscaped in, but he's still got some of the timber sitting up there. So once he's moved that, be another bit in between loads. I'll just knock it about. Hey, all good. Now just need to get some stone lead in here. Just remembered that when I started these YouTube videos, I said I was going to do a walkthrough of the machine. And I don't think I ever did. So, got a little bit of time on my hands at the moment. Spare 5 minutes or so. So, we'll have a look around. So, as you'll probably already know, it's a 2021 Cabelco 210. So, 23 tonne, well just over 23 tonne it is. Fitted with the Rototill R6. It's got the little gripper on the back which that thing is only rated for a ton. So it's not like I can't move my diesel Bowser when it's full. I can throw it around when it's empty, but it's handy for throwing logs out the way, carrying other buckets, or shifting anything else that's in the way. Fitted with a top hitch. It's not on quick change. It's just like pipes, but you'll have seen that on previous videos. The fancy things about the digger are it's got some Mitex bars and laser lamps fitted to it. All fitted and supplied by S-Type X, which there's his sticker there. So they've got all the flashy lights on. I think it's something ridiculous, like 30 flash patterns or something the flashy lights have got. These little round ones on the back, they're on all the time. So they're red on the back, orange on the side, white on the front. So it goes right around the counterweight of the machine, same as right around the cab of the digger. And it's had laser lamps put up on the arms, right around the counterweight. There's one up on the side. There's two big ones up on the top, and then the two little ones underneath. And then one on top of the toolbox. Inside the toolbox, this is where you fill up with AdBlue in there. It's got my spill kit, some spare bits of oil, and just a basic toolbox, which is where I keep the spare teeth and pins and everything for the bucket. In here, this is where I keep the grease gun, and there's another mat in there. Or if I ever am working on the machine, say if I've got a bus pipe, and like up on the deck, these things here are awful to kneel on. So that's what the bit of carpet in there is for. Come around to this side. This is where the radiator is. Got some shovels, tape measure, chain, spray paint, spirit level, handsaw, bit of a bar. You know, always comes in handy, stuff like that. This is also where the quick, the self-refueling pump is for the digger. So you just pull up the diesel tank. Got a quick coupler on there which plugs onto the front of the diesel tank. That's how I fill up that way. Inside the cab, we haven't got Jensen today. It is a Tuesday, but the wife's got an extra day off today, so he's having a day off. So we've got carpet in here, Cabelco written on there, and if we look here, the sun's bouncing off the screen. I can't quite see Jensen's face and his little name stitched onto there. So it looks all very nice. And to keep them clean, I've got a brush that goes on my little drill. It just looks like a toilet brush. Sticks into the drill, and that's how I sweep the carpet. Gets off all the dog hairs and everything. And this bit here is just because I take my boots off. Somewhere for the boots to sit. A lot of people have got like a tray or something to put their boots in. But just with me having Jensen in here, it just take up a little bit too much extra room. And he sometimes lies across there, and I'll shove my boots up to there, and he'll lie right across the whole floor. In here, I've got my diesel gloves, dog bowl, which I don't think that one hasn't had water in for a while. It's just got tape measuring and spare keys and everything. I also carry around in the digger set of wire cutters rather. I keep them in there just because the amount of times you're putting in a road or something and you've tracked over an old fence, I got sick of going into the toolbox, so they just stay in there. That's what they are. And as you've probably seen on previous videos, this digger's fitted with the iDig. So if you want to know about that, if you go back a few videos, when did I last use that? Oh, when I dug up for that shed, it also got used a lot. When I dug out the ponds just before Christmas. That's where they get used a lot. So that's what all of that is. The rotor tilt joysticks, they do come with the wrist support, but I did break the one off this side. It broke off and I've never got it put back on yet. So that's also the rotor tilt screen there, which is where you change buckets, alter the sensitivity of all the functions, and alter whatever functions you want. Sun visor, it didn't come with a sun visor. That is actually a Doosan one that we altered to fit in there. So that's what that one is. Keyring and all. Air fresheners, some stickers and hats and everything. Behind the cab, behind the seat rather. Got a little box on there. That's just out of IKEA, which it sticks onto the window. I think it's supposed to be for like bathrooms and stuff like that. Which just keeps my window cleaner in, and cab polish and paint polish. I've got a little, what do you call it? Multi-tool thing in there as well, which comes in handy. I've had it for years. It's very worn, but that's handy for anything I need to. Stops things rattling around in there. Another box on here. This is just another cheap box that is bolted to the plastic cover over there, just to stop it rattling around. First aid kit, another bit of chrome in there, and whatever else is in there. Christmas lights, paracetamol, other stickers. I don't know what. Oh, there we go. Some other S-Type X stickers. And that's it. Towel in here for when the dog's wet. I can give him a bit dry off. Some more microfiber cloths. And I think that's about it, to be honest. That's it. Hi. So there we go. There's a little quick look around the digger. Right, so we're back on the Dozer this morning. All it is we can't get a digger shifted into the quarry for the road job until tomorrow morning. I have a spare day, so put a day in on this Dozer. It's just the same as it always has been on this site, on the same site. There's had some more topsoil delivered over there. Have to go and level that off, and then that's it on here. So that should only take a couple of hours really. And then the farm themselves is going to move the Dozer. They've got a bit of ground a few miles away. There's a little bit of work to do on there. So they're going to move the Dozer themselves, and then I'll just carry on over there for the rest of the day. So I dieseled it up the other day when I was on it and greased it up, but I've got some AdBlue to tip into it because it was empty. So we'll get it topped up with AdBlue, and then we'll start pushing. That's all the topsoil all levelled off. We've got the diesel Bowser hitched up to the back of the Dozer. Jensen's supervising the job. Just waiting for the farmer to come down with his low loader now, and then we'll get shifted a couple of miles up the road. Well, that's us dropped off. Have to trundle away down this lane, and up there is where we're heading. Little boy in the Dozer, because we're going to be working down the field, so he has been just sitting in the car. But just with not being roadside, he's going to have to sit in here. And your son, right, revs up, handbrake off. blade up. Let's trundle away down here. Well, I've just noticed the Dozer's nearly due its first service, so we'll give Mr. Ali's Digger Diary a ring and to see if we can get it booked in for it and come and service it.
Hi, you're through the voicemail.
Oh, it's his
Ali at
voicemail.
Gaz Construction. Thank you.
Hello!
How are we getting on?
Not so bad, not so bad. I was just wanting to know if Ali's Digger Diary was wanting to go into Ali's Dozer Diary.
Yeah. As it happens, next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm on a Dozer training course, so we'll do it after the Dozer training course. Is that alright?
Ah, that'll do. Well, there we are. Spoke to Ali. He's going to get it booked in and come and get it serviced. Right. We'll carry on. Well, I've been on the phone for ages. Never managed to do what I've done today, so never mind. Dozer's parked up. Back on my digger tomorrow. Catch you then. Well, we're back on my digger today, and we're starting to lay the stone this morning. So this is literally the first load just coming in, and we'll start laying the road. So now that we're getting a good distance down the road, just to eliminate reversing, and while it's a good formation and dry, I've got him coming down the formation, spinning around in the turnaround, and then going back and tipping on his way back out. So I'm just tracking backwards and forwards in between loads. There's no way to get up there, but it's not far, like it's literally about to tip off there, look. So that's not far. Saves the not to reverse everywhere anyways. Yeah, and you can tell it's dry. Tracks are very noisy. Yeah, that's loud. On. You alright? Yeah? Good boy, aren't you? You're a good boy. Right, I think we'll end the video here. It's Friday afternoon. I'm not working this Saturday because little boy's back in his hydrotherapy tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, I think it actually is. So, aye. We've doing well at getting stoned up. We're nearly to turn around. That's as far as we've got for now. Just waiting for another load of stone to come, and then I think that'll be the last load of the day. So we'll end the video here. And just before I do, I just want to say thank you to everybody. I've had quite a few people in the last couple of weeks come up and introduce themselves and say that they watch the videos. And it's nice. It's good. It's quite odd at first. So if you are one of the people that's come and said hello, I'd still find it all a bit weird. But no, it's like last week on the little bit where I was at with the 7-tonner that I haven't included in the video, just because I was outside people's houses. I was in the buggy driving around with the client. And we come across some people walking the dogs, and they were from Surrey, and they said they watched my videos and all of that, so it was good to see. So if that's you, thank you very much. Aye, so yeah, anyways, so we'll leave it from there. So if you can leave us a like, comment and subscribe and all of that jazz and all that carry on, as everybody always says at the end of these videos, and we'll finish it here. Hello boy, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.